Hi, this is Rob and Ali sharing with you our passion of all things cruise and travel.
Shouldn't that be konnichiwa?
Konnichiwa.
Because this is our final update on our preparations for our cruise from Japan, which is coming up in just a few days.
It's about 5 days' time.
I know, it's getting exciting, but there's been so much to do.
There has been so much to do, and I don't feel as prepared as what I thought I would, but I'm quite chilled about it. Yeah. I'm quite happy about it all.
Yeah, I think we've been overseas, but we've cruised overseas, but it's been some time now since we've actually flown overseas.
It's been a while.
It has, although we've done quite a bit in it. It's obviously very natural to what we need to do, but it's just it's been so long that you do get a bit nervous that you've got everything, and arranged everything, which is what we've been doing this week.
Absolutely. And can't believe we actually went out shopping yesterday. And we spent a day.
And that's why I've got this. I couldn't resist. I'm a bit of a sucker for Scooby-Doo. And while we were shopping for some last-minute clothes, I managed to see this T-shirt at a bargain price. I thought, can't resist it. So
I honestly can't believe that I would need another thing. I just can't. But we did, and we spent a day, and I don't know where the time went. But anyway.
The problem was we went to the DFO, and if you know the DFO, the direct factory outlets, if you get the places at the right time with the sales on. We went to one shop twice. We went in, and on our way out saw some other things and went back in again. Anyway, that's
another story. Well, if we're going to talk clothes, then I bought belts from one shop. Then we went into another shop and I went, oh, these are better and a better bargain. So I bought those and then took the other ones back. So my apologies to the ladies in DFO who I think I tortured by buying stuff and taking it back. But there you go. Anyway, yes, we went shopping. Now, one of the important things we needed to do was to get the international driving licenses, driving permits, because we intend to do the go-karting and also they're like trikes that you get on one of the islands. So tell our friends about that while I get them out.
Yes, so in some countries, in order to drive, even though you've got a valid driving license for driving in that country, you need an international driving permit, which is essentially a little booklet that translates your driving license conditions and what you're eligible to drive into different languages. Japan is one of those countries, so we needed to get an international driving permit to take with us to have our license conditions transferred.
Well, I'll show you what they're like.
Absolutely.
Because I really didn't have any idea what it would be like. In this day and age, I did actually think that we would get a little plastic. I thought they would do us a little plastic card.
Well,
look at this. How old-fashioned is this?
They're $49 and they last for 12 months. But the reason they have to be like this is because, as you can see, it's got the pages in and it's got the different languages so that whoever's looking at your license can actually read what your license covers. So we needed those in order to be able to go the Mario Kart and the trikes. So we did that.
Between us, I think it's a load of guff. Because when it was COVID, they were going to do everything by chip, all online, and you held up your phone and it was all there. And do you know what was so funny? We went into the RACQ where they do them there, and then the guy was fabulous. Couldn't fault the service, could we? There. But when he gets his Pritt stick out to actually stick the photograph in, I was just like, my mind was blown. You just Pritt stick it. And then he got his little array of stamps. As you can see the stamps here. So it was like, when you like watching a kid do pretend post offices with all the different stamps. And I was just like, I've just been transported back like 50 years. I was like, I couldn't fault the service at all, but I was just, what is going on here?
Yeah, anyway, they are required. So while we were there at the shopping centre, we actually passed the currency exchange. So we picked up some currency as well. We picked up our Japanese yen.
I'm going to show you what it looks like.
Yeah, we basically just picked up enough for what we think we might need in Japan and Taiwan. But we'll have our cards with us anyway. But cash is always good to have. And some places I think we can only spend cash anyway. So
I was going to say, I don't actually know which is which, but I think that one is the... Isn't that awful? That's the Taiwan. Taiwan money because she didn't have any different currencies. Not currencies. Didn't have any different denominations. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yes, I'm trying to
So
see a
they're all the
denomination on
same.
it. There's some very pretty currencies around, but yeah, I'm not sure either. Oh, yen. This is Japan. This is yen.
So all as we know, right, and it's really quite convenient because you can see how rubbish we are at this. I think we have to knock off 2 noughts off the end, and that gives
The Japan one. I haven't worked out the Taiwan.
Yeah, so we knock off 2 noughts off the end, and that gives us our Australian dollar. So
That's
thank
pretty
goodness
much
for
it.
that. I remember, decades ago when you used to have some really funny rates, and you'd have to get your calculator out to kind of work it out. You didn't have your phones then, did you? Anywho, just because in marketplaces and some of the little restaurants and things that you go to, they say that in both countries, cash is still king and used. It's just used everywhere.
Yeah.
So we thought a bit of cash, we can always change it back.
And the vending machines.
Yes.
Although you can use your card on the vending machines, but there's nothing like putting a crisp note into a vending machine and getting a...
Getting it chewed up and not guessing anything. No.
I want to see these. If I want to see these vending machines, apparently I can't remember the stats.
Sorry, I'm making a lot of noise here with this money. I'm going to put it back
You
in.
did tell me about the stats as to how many vending machines per capita, but it's like it's an unbelievable
It's like
amount.
2 to every person, isn't it? It's like 80 million people population or
Anyway,
something.
crack on. So what else have we been doing
So
this week?
what we do is, as we've been gathering up all this documentation, it has been going into our little passport wallet here, and the trusty old trestle table has now made its way into the we've got an open plan house, so it's by the kitchen dining room area, but it's actually the thoroughfare from the whole house. So every time we have something ready and prepared, and it's washed, cleaned, pressed, or new out the packet or whatever, it goes on the trestle table.
Yep.
So we know everything on the trestle table is good to go.
And I've been doing the same with the documentation. I've been printing out all our tickets, our insurances, our bookings, all that sort of thing, and put those in a travel wallet, a clear travel wallet. I didn't bring one to show you, sorry, but it's just a clear folder that I put all our documentation in, so it's all in one place, and I can do a quick check before we go, so we don't forget anything.
Yes, tick, tick, tick.
Yeah.
So we still had some we've still got some things to book, but we still had some of the necessary things to book. So first of all, we needed to look as well at the transportation at the other end. So when our cruise arrives in Taiwan, we go to Keelung, we are there for a day, then we still stay on the ship for the night. Then we disembark the next morning, and then we don't get our flight from where do we get our flight from?
Taipei.
Taipei.
But it's
It's not until about 7 o'clock.
no,
in
it's
the
earlier than
evening,
that.
and then
It's about
3
I
o'clock.
think it's about 5:45. So we need to get to the airport for around about sort of 2:45, 3 o'clock, something like that. But it still leaves us the whole morning and early afternoon. Yeah.
So we are not going to be sitting there like 2 old codgers in a bus stop waiting all day for this plane. No siree. So we needed to find how we were going to get from Keelung after getting off the cruise ship to the airport, and then what would we do with our luggage. So we found you could either get actually there was several ways. You could get a train, which was about $2 to $4.
Yeah, that was ridiculously cheap, wasn't it? The train.
You could get a bus.
It's about 40 minutes, I think, on the train as well.
Yeah,
isn't it?
bus was about 50 minutes. That was about $2 to $4 or something. But you could also get a taxi for about, I think it was about $35 to $40. I think is what it was suggesting. So we just thought, well, rather than, although the train says 40 minutes, we all know that 40 minutes means the actual time that the train goes from A to B.
That's right. You've got to find the train station, go to the train station, carry your luggage around,
all
wait
that
for the train.
faffing around and waiting for it and everything, and then oh god, the stress. Who could be bothered? So we thought for that amount, let's not penny pinch. We will just get a taxi. So we'll probably go somewhere, maybe get a nice afternoon tea or something somewhere, and then wait for the taxi to come, so we're not even waiting for the taxi.
That's right. We'll leave our luggage and we will work out what we're going to do in Keelung. We haven't done that yet. We do have internet on the ship. We've booked internet on the ship, and we'll have a look, and it depends on what the weather's going to be like, and spend our couple of sea days maybe having a look and seeing what we fancy doing there. Actually, talking of which, on the ship, we've actually prepaid our daily service charges as well before we've gone. I did that earlier in the week because it actually worked out slightly better, not a great deal, just like a few dollars, literally, to actually prepay
I didn't
them.
even know you could do that.
Yeah.
See, in Australia, we don't have those extra gratuities or what do you call
Service
them? Daily
charge. The service charge, yeah.
We don't have them, so we tip who we want to tip at the end of the trip. Extra that, but you don't have to. It's just if you want to give that little bit of an extra nod to people. But we don't have that. It's been a long time. We used to do it, obviously, in pre-COVID cruises, going back a little bit.
Yeah.
And I never even thought that you could prepay it, which is really nice because it means that's out the way, and
Don't need to worry about it when we're on board, do we? So.
Yeah, and that's the thing we were saying before about taking cash, and obviously we'll have our credit cards, and the thing is to make sure that our credit cards are clear and not maxed out, because I have done that before.
Yeah, well, actually, the other thing
Years ago, that happened to me, where I had 2 credit cards, and I paid them both off so they were both clear. One was MasterCard, one was Visa, but they were both with the same bank. When they took the payment, a complete fluke, because obviously I was paying them off every single month. They applied the 2 payments to the same card. So one was in credit and one was up to the max, didn't have anything left on it. And I actually got asked to go to the
Purser.
The purser's school, isn't it? Yeah, the purser's office. Not to the desk. I actually had to go to the office and be sat down. I felt like a criminal. But I was adamant, and we had to get in touch with the bank and everything. It was awful. But yes, just making sure that the cards are clear.
Yeah, but that is a good point as well. I hadn't thought about that. Is not only was it a few dollars cheaper by paying in Australian dollars when we did the exchange rate, but yes, if we paid on board, not only would we have to pay their exchange rate, but we would have had a currency exchange because they're in US dollars on the ship. So we would have had to have paid that as well. So anyway, we've done that. It's out of the way. We don't need to worry about that. Another thing that we've paid off this week, or not paid off because we had to do it anyway, but we've paid for the parking at the airport. So we've got our parking space booked at the airport now. So
we had a little bit of
we're getting close, I think.
Should we get a lift? Should we ask one of the girls to give us a lift? Or should we just take the car? But actually then we thought, if we're tying them down to give us a lift there, which is always the easy thing, but it means they're going to have to come and pick us up, and it's just putting them out.
If we've got delays, it could be a problem. But the other thing is our flight leaves at 10:30 on Friday morning, which means we've got to be at the airport for 7:30. Yeah, I'm not sure we can rely on them. I'm only joking. Only joking. We know they'd be.
We're making it sound like we're nice. We're so nice. We wouldn't do that to our girls. We're like, can we trust them? No, nah.
What else have we done this week?
So we printed out all the tickets. We've said all that. Packing list.
Oh, yes.
Did somebody mention list? Did we mention list? Yes, we did. We mentioned lists, and we have a packing list.
Yes.
And we've got this big packing list, and we're going to go down it. And Maddie spotted the list, and what did she say on it? Oh my God, I'm not going to remember what's on the list. There was something on it, and she said, why would you need one of those? And I said, it's a general list. This is a general list for everywhere that we go. We don't always need everything. So it was something like a fleece or something, or a big jacket or something. And I was like, no, it doesn't mean that we have to take it. This is just the big list. So we can cross it off. So anyway, we've got that one out. And then, we have one of those, the little scales that you get where you hang your case from it. So it's one of those that hangs and it gets the weight. Because we are so limited on weight. I say weight.
We are.
I feel as though I'm saying that as though we've been particularly singled out. But of course, all of you guys who travel know that you're restricted on weight.
When you fly, absolutely.
I feel so hard to just like we're going to think about everything. Every pair of shoes.
Oh, we're just so used to throwing things in because we live so close to the cruise terminal. We can take whatever we want, but now we're limited on our weight limits for flying.
So
we can't.
Yeah, everything. So I'm cleaning out all the toiletry bags and everything. I mean, normally I'm just like, put that in, and something spare. Yeah, put that one in. Don't even count how many brushes and stuff go in. So all that's being cleared out. But I did I did my costume and everything, my swimming costume, and then I thought I'll put a spare in. Always put a spare in, and I thought I'll weigh it. I actually weighed my costume. Now, nobody judge me, please, because I know there are going to be, skinny ones of you out there whose costumes are going to weigh, as much as a little piece of cotton or a piece of elastic.
Or a handkerchief.
Mine didn't. Mine came in at, I think it was 370 grams. And I was like, no, we're only allowed 25 kilos. I was just like, that's too much. That's like a whole dress or something. I don't know. Anyway.
We do. So, we will have to be careful with some of the things, though, as well, because...
that was it. I was like, oh, God, no, that's just... That went out, no spare there.
But even with our hand luggage, though, because our little wheelie-on bags, we'll add 7 kilos on the hand luggage, and I weighed our little hand luggage. They're 2.5 kilos a piece, so we need to have a rethink about that for 7.5 kilos carry-on luggage, and 2.5 is your hand luggage. So anyway.
Or we'll do that thing where we wear everything. When people, they wear all their clothes and get on the plane. That's what we'll have to do.
So... all that's left to do now is pack, I think, isn't it? And what we are going to do is, once we've sorted everything out and once we've got everything on the rails, we will do another video on what we've decided to take and when we're going to use it, on what days and what occasions, and we will show you everything that we're going to take.
What's made the cut? What hasn't? Let me tell you, I went past the trestle tables about an hour ago. And do you know how many belts? Do you know how many belts this guy's put on the trestle table?
They're just for options.
There was 5.
They're just for options.
5
Some will come out. Yeah.
When you're on the cruise 6 days. and I'm going to tell.
She hasn't even seen the shoes yet.
I'm telling of him. I actually heard him shouting out before, like, Ali, where's my braces? So not only have you got 5 belts, is that not true? It is true. It is true. He asked where are the braces.
Absolutely true. All right, well, that's it for us at the moment anyway. So we are now, I think, probably...
It's a good job we're friends. All friends here.
Apart from the backing, I think we're all prepared. There'll always be some other stuff, and we'll work that out as we go through the week. But if you've liked this video, if you've enjoyed the series, please hit like, please hit subscribe, and hit the notification button to see more of our videos. We've got our packing one coming up, and then of course we'll be on to our cruise. We're going to bring you all the videos from our travel. We're going to bring the videos from our what we're doing in Tokyo and on the cruise, etc. So hopefully we'll have some great fun together on those.
And we hope you have a wonderful week, whatever you are doing. Yeah, have a lovely week and take care.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.
Bye.